Hello YouTube, TrinityTCG here, back at it again with another deck profile for the Digimon card game. This time giving you guys one of my favorite decks in the game, if not my favorite deck. Let me just do the introduction again. Hello all you Crossheart haters and you Shopmon enthusiasts. I hope you all lose at your next store regional. Screw Shopmon. Medieval Gallantmon, best card. Anyway, moving on. This is the deck profile for Darkness Bagramon. It is one of my favorite decks. I actually have an SP of this, and if I could, I'd probably put 2 more in, but I don't want to damage the SP, so I just have 3 of the older. Shout out to my friend who traded it to me at Locals. But yeah, this is the Bagra Army deck. This is pure. I have looked at Bagra Hunters recently. I have not tested Bagra Hunters, but I have heard of it, and I have looked into it, and I've started doing research. I'm about to start playtesting it. Personally, I like playing Hunters pure. I actually want to do a Hunters deck profile on the channel, just for fun. I don't know if I ever did that. I'll have to double check. But it was a deck I played very heavily during Worlds Convergence and had some great success with. Even taught my buddy, and he's been enjoying that deck. But without further ado, I have a lot of deck profiles to get out to the channel. This is one I promised a friend of mine. Shout out to you, Oni. Here's the deck profile for Darkness Bagramon. First off, this is a pure Darkness Bagramon deck. I'm running 3 copies of probably my favorite art in the set, Darkness Bagramon. It is like the bread and butter. It copies all of your alterns effects in your inheritables for your level 6s. So the idea is you want to have a bunch of level 6s under this and just get a bunch of value. It also has the on play when Digivolving effect. Choose a card in your opponent's hand without looking. Place it under any other Digimon or Tamers. And then kill something that has cards underneath it from their Digimon and Tamers. And the art is absolutely stunning. Next, we'll move on to the level 6s, which I am running a plethora of. I'm running 3 copies of regular Bagramon. It's a very similar effect. You can play when Digivolving. You can place one of your opponent's Digimon as the bottom card of one of their Digimon or Tamers. Basically, it moves a card from anything on the field underneath another card, either a Tamer or a Digimon. And then when you do that, you can trash a security. So that's 3 of that guy. We'll move him over here. This is the best card in the deck. 3 copies of Blastmon. Collision, Blocker, Fragment. It gives you security attack +1. It has redirect. It's just a really insane card, honestly. You can just force them to attack you, and you basically block and make yourself you make this a 16k blocker, or you can give your guy +1 security attack. So he's good aggressively and defensively. He's also a mineral, so you could technically run him in rocks. I think I've seen some lists run him. Next, 2 copies of Tactimon. This is a sacrifice something on your board to pop something of equal level. And you can trash 2 sources you have to protect something. And I believe, it's been a minute since I touched this deck, but I believe the first effect, you don't have to kill. You can choose to kill this, protect it, and still kill something, because you don't have to kill to kill something. If that makes sense. Basically, you can target this card. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It's been a minute. But you can attempt to kill Tactimon to kill level 6, then use Tactimon's effect to prevent him from leaving the field. And yes, that is the alternative effect, so you can copy it in Bagra Army by your Bagramon. Next, I'm running 2 copies of this Lilithmon. This is a really good Bagra Army boss card. I have to reread them because it's been a couple weeks since I played this deck. 1 play when Digivolving. Give one of your opponent's end of turn, delete one of your Digimon. And all turns, whenever your opponent's Digimon are played, you may play 1 level 4 or lower card from the trash. Basically, it's a way to go wide, and you basically make your opponent kill something. And then I play 1 copy of the old Lilithmon. You could probably drop this for another card, but I like it just to be able to grab back cards from your trash. And also mill and set up your trash for your Darkness Bagramons. That's it for level 6s. For level 5s, I'm running 3 copies of Dark Knightmon. You could run it at 4, but you're not really Digivolving this. You mostly, you sometimes can Digivolve into this if you really wanted to, but you're mostly just Digicrossing with this. And the inheritable effect is something that lets you redirect attacks. Moving on, I run 2 copies of Suarmon for the cheap Evo and for the protection effect. And Decoy is kind of nice too. Also, the Trassus card to gain a memory. Cards I've been considering running, I'm trying to think about throwing Matt Leomon back in the deck. But currently, I've liked how the list plays, although Mad Leomon Arm Mode is definitely a card I might want to throw back in. Next, my favorite new card, and yes, we got the reverse foils of Suarmon. It has Rush, Collision, and basically can get retaliation by trashing a card. It has, when trashed by an effect, you draw a card. It's a really insane card. It also has blocker. This card's good defensively and aggressively. Next, I'm running Freak, piece of Digimon. Something I kind of wish about this deck and some other ones in Digimon TCG, it's not that big of a pet peeve. I wish Bandai would go back and errata some of the older cards that they don't normally support, archetypes they don't support, to say like the ones that would play a tamer if you have a certain name, that say if you don't already have one, basically update it for the ones that have two, if you don't have two or more. You know how like the new ones say if you have one tamer, this one, or like the other one if you have two or less. I think they should go back and errata some, or just print some as promos in like one promo wave. That would be really helpful with some of the older strategies that need a certain tamer. Like this one, this deck revolves around seeing you. And if you don't see you, you don't actually do a lot. So BT10U is still the bread and butter of the pure Bagra army deck. But like, just something small. You still run this because of the inheritable effect, but if you wanted to, you could probably cut this a little bit for some copy of Arm Leomon, like the next card and this card for some Leomons, Mad Leomons. But the inheritable effect is trash at the gain of memory. Next, I'm running 4 copies of Digimon, reverse foil. The draw effect is really, really helpful and clutch to dig for your cards, and just the on deletion play as Suarmon is just what I'm going for this build. I want to make the most use of the new Suarmons. This card right here, I'm trying to make the best use of it I can. And I really enjoy this playstyle of the deck. Like I said, though, there's a lot of tech space you can make. And that's one of the things you could cut. Like, you could cut the numbers a little bit if you really wanted to. Moving on to level 3s. I'm running the only non-Bagra army. It's like a small pet peeve of the deck. I'm hoping they make a Choo-Choo-Mon that does what this does. Like, it's not even that big a deal, but this could also be Ukomon if you really wanted it to. I know some lists are still on Uko. I've cut Uko and put it into other decks. I think Sound Birdmon is just insane value with Uamano. The only problem with Sound Birdmon is he's not a Bagra army card, so he can't be used for certain cards. And he's not searchable. But the fact is, he has save still, he has the same inheritable effect, and you can still put cards in your hand underneath your Tamers to trigger you. So I think Sound Birdmon is still a very good card. The only issue I have with the card is he's not Bagra army. So do with that as you will. Maybe one day we'll get a Choo-Choo-Mon that does exactly what that does, and it'll be Bagra army, and I'll like have a happy day. Next, I'm running 4 copies of our Searcher. I don't know why he's a 4-cost, but I mean, sure. He's a 4-cost Searcher that lets you add something to your hand. Look for Uamano and Bagra army. Then it has save and gain of memory. Maybe it's because it has save, but like this, it being a 4-cost Searcher feels weird. Then I'm running 4 of the new Choo-Choo-Mon. Just a good way to draw cards. It's just a really nice card. Also, the reverse foil looks so creepy on this card, and I love it. Next, I'm running 2 of my tech card, Buzzing Fist. Lets you dig and get your Tamers. It's basically a 1-cost if you have a Uamano. It sets up your trash, and it lets you dig for your pieces. And it also lets you play Uamano. Its card has been errata, if I remember correctly. It says play 1 black Tamer card. It's supposed to say play 1 Uamano. I don't know what they were doing, but I remember during that time period of Digimon, they had a lot of misprints and erratas, and I'm not sure who was printing cards. Anyway, moving on to the most important card of the deck. If you're playing Pure, you have to run 4 copies Uamano. You can't run 8 less. This is what your deck lives and dies by. If you see the Uamano and it sticks to board, you are the freest deck in the game. If you don't see the Uamano, you are the fairest deck in the game. I don't think there's any middle ground with this deck. Like, if you see this, if you see multiple, you are free. You might even be freer than Luard is in Vanguard. But if you don't see any of this, you are fair. You are paying so much cost, you're basically playing Machine German without reductions. Or you have reductions, but they're not much. And then finally, I'm running just 2 copies. You could probably run 3. I just like it at 2. I see this more at 2 than I see that sometimes. This is crazy to think about, but 2 copies of you and Nene Mono. I'm just slightly disappointed this isn't a memory setter, but I think the ability to Digicross in the trash and draw cards is just too good to ignore. Also, the artwork is phenomenal on some of these older, so I had to get them. Thankfully, that set was really cheap. And then finally, again, we're running a high level 6 count, so and level 5 count, so we're running 4 Demi Marimons. It sets up our trash for our Darkness Bagramons. And that is the deck profile. If you liked it, please sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, in the comments down below. And also, if you have played Bagra Hunters, let me know how that deck is working for you, because I'm very interested in looking into that deck. Until then, I'll catch you in the next video. Enjoy the deck profile. Ciao.